August 21, 1858. Clash of Ideals. Abraham Lincoln and Stephen A. Douglas faced each other in Ottawa, Illinois, for the first of 7 debates during the Illinois Senate race. This series of public political arguments, known as the Lincoln-Douglas debates, held immense significance in American political history. The Ottawa debate marked the beginning of a pivotal political clash that exposed divisions over slavery, states' rights, and national unity. Douglas was a Democratic senator seeking re-election, while Lincoln represented the Republican Party. The central issue was the expansion of slavery into new territories. Douglas supported popular sovereignty, arguing that each territory should decide for itself whether to permit slavery. Lincoln opposed the expansion of slavery, stating that it was morally wrong and should not be allowed to spread into the territories, though he did not advocate for immediate abolition where it already existed. The Ottawa debate took place before a crowd of thousands in Washington Square. Each speaker followed a fixed format. One had an hour to speak, the other had 90 minutes to respond, and then the first had 30 minutes for rebuttal. At Ottawa, Douglas spoke first. He accused Lincoln of supporting racial equality and cited Lincoln's past statements to that effect. Douglas linked Lincoln with the radical views of the abolitionist movement, attempting to frame him as a threat to the social order. Lincoln used his time to clarify his position. He emphasized that he did not support social and political equality between races, but argued that the Declaration of Independence's phrase, "all men are created equal," applied to Black Americans in a basic legal sense. Lincoln stressed that slavery was fundamentally wrong, and warned that allowing it to expand would lead to its domination of national politics. The Ottawa debate set the tone for the remaining debates. It forced Lincoln to define his views clearly before a large audience. It also reaffirmed Douglas's stance on popular sovereignty as articulated in the Kansas-Nebraska Act of 1854. Both men attempted to frame their opponents' views as extreme. Douglas portrayed Lincoln as a radical threat to national unity, while Lincoln argued that Douglas's ideas would allow slavery to spread without limit. Though Douglas won re-election to the Senate, the debates raised Lincoln's national profile. Newspapers across the country published transcripts. The Republican Party printed and distributed the debates widely. Lincoln's performance at Ottawa and in later debates cemented his reputation as an effective orator and a moral critic of slavery's expansion. The Ottawa debate's significance also lies in its influence on political discourse. It was one of the first times in U.S. history that 2 Senate candidates engaged in a series of formal debates open to the public and extensively covered by the press. These events helped shape the idea of political debates as a forum for clarifying positions and testing ideas before voters. Furthermore, the debates marked a transition in national politics. The question of slavery's expansion became inescapable. While Douglas's position appealed to many in the Democratic base, it alienated Southern Democrats who wanted explicit protection for slavery. Lincoln's arguments helped unite Northern Republicans against the expansion of slavery, while avoiding calls for immediate abolition, which might have divided moderates. The Ottawa debate, as the first of the 7, was instrumental in establishing the stakes and themes of the series. It forced both candidates to articulate coherent positions that would resonate beyond Illinois. The debates contributed to the fragmentation of the Democratic Party and the rise of the Republican Party as a major political force. 2 years after the debates, Lincoln was elected president in 1860, a result that triggered Southern secession and the Civil War. In retrospect, the Ottawa debate was not only a moment in a state-level race, but a preview of a national struggle over slavery and union. It was a turning point in American political communication and remains a key moment in the nation's path to civil war. For enthusiasts of historical ephemera, visit history-collectors.com to find collectibles that might complement your collection. You can own a piece of history.